this. Yay! Welcome back, all of you string picking guys and gals out there. I see you. I know you're watching to Obscene Studio here at the String Pickers channel. Today's a good day. I'll tell you, today is a very good day. A lot of you have been following along with the Fesley FLP400. In the last couple of videos, we've done an assessment in the first videos. I'll give my thoughts on that one. In the second video, we straightened out some issues, got the strings straight across the fretboard where they're centered now. We polished up some frets. We had to knock one down just a little bit. It was a little high. And we started playing this. Well, this guitar has had a problem since those videos. For some reason, these top three strings right here, when I play those strings, they are awesome. When I play the bottom three, though, these pickups have a real high-pitched, sort of chimey sound that I can't seem to get rid of. No matter what effect I put on it, no matter what I do, they're there. However, I'm going to keep these pickups. I might find something later down the road that I can put them in. They might act better with 500K pots in them. I don't know. I have no idea. I've not tried that yet, but I'm not going to yet. What I am going to try is this. Ladies and gentlemen, you string pickers out there that have been here for quite some time, especially during my series with Trouble. Trouble was a kit guitar. When I got Trouble and put it together, that's how Trouble got its name. It was nothing but trouble. From beginning to end on that guitar was just a nightmare. I seriously considered putting it in the fire pit and setting it on fire. Several times I considered burning that thing to a crisp. The electronics, everything about that guitar was absolutely horrible. So I did what I do here in Obscene Studio. I gutted it.
Wait, what?
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I'm not doing it. It's all right. Took all the electronics out, took those old pickups that they send in the kit, took everything off of that guitar. The only original pieces to that guitar is the wood on the body and the neck, the frets, and that's it. That is all. Everything else has been replaced. Trouble's a good playing guitar now. I don't mind picking Trouble up and picking on him every now and then. Well, the pickups that I put in Trouble was a brand that I tried and wanted to review. And when I looked at this guitar, I thought, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to put these same pickups back into this guitar that I put into that guitar. Now, a lot of you probably remember, some of you don't. If this is your first time to the channel, like and subscribe, by the way, then you can go back and watch those videos, especially where I put those pickups in. Those pickups surprised me. And what they are is Seymour Duncan Invader clones. This is it. I got a black set for this one because it had the black looking in it already. But they come in an array of colors, like a whole bunch of different colors. You've got your zebra ones. You've got some that are red, green, blue. There's black. There's the white ones like I put in Trouble. A whole bunch of different colors. These pickups on the bridge side crank out about 16K. Now, on this guitar, I only get 8.6K out of both. Both of them register the same, 8.6K ohm. This bridge is going to be 16K. And the neck is going to be 8K. But we are going to check those once we get everything wired up and together to make sure that's what happened. Also, I got something, and I know a couple of videos back I made a comment that asked Ted. Ted has got these things, they're called helping hands. And a lot of you people out there that do soldering that don't like getting burnt, and if you do like getting burnt, there's something wrong with you, man. You need to get checked out. I asked him where he got his, so just out of curiosity, I thought, you know what? I am going to search them up on the Zon, Amazon that is. And guess what? They have them. So I got two of the helping hands. Now these are magnet base. So I'm going to fix these to like a little piece of plate steel and use them over here on the bench. It's going to help me a lot when it comes to soldering and getting stuff put together without setting myself on fire. And also ordered, because my inventory was low, well, not really, I had enough to do everything I needed to do to this guitar, but it was going to wipe me out of the 500K A pots, and I was already wiped out of the B pots. So I ordered some more A's. You get these in a 4-pack. The A's, for some reason, are like a couple of bucks cheaper than the B's are. But I went ahead and got the B's too. For those of you that don't know, B's are for the tone side, A's are for the volume side. However, we are not using a 500K B on this guitar. We're putting in a push-pull. So we're going to make things a whole lot better for this guitar. Going to make it sound a lot better. I'm going to try and go back and do a bit of playthrough with everything like it is right now, just going through the cleans and the dirty. And then after I get everything installed, we're going to do the new pickups, a comparison between the two. That will come up after, of course, we go through all the installs. So I'm going to put you guys over here on the bench with me and going to set you up on a time lapse, because I'm sure this is going to take quite a bit of time. And we're going to go ahead and get all of this changed out, get this thing right here playing like a champion, so I can pick it up whenever I feel like picking it up and don't have to cringe every time I hit a high note on either the E, B, or G string. I do like this guitar. I do. I'm just going to say it. I do like this guitar. Did I have problems with it? Yes. But every guitar in this studio has given me a problem at a time or another. With that being said, that's what I do. That's what I like to do. I like to make these guitars mine, much like a lot of you out there will do the same. So hang out for just a few seconds and we'll get you on the bench for the time lapse. And once we get everything installed, we're going to come in and I'm going to do a side-by-side with this guitar, with these pickups and with the other pickups, and let you guys be the judge of which set of pickups that you like better. Okay, string pickers, this is where we are at so far. I'm trying to get all of this done in one video because I know you guys probably don't like part 3, part 4, part 7,342 or whatever. But that's okay. We're getting it done. I'm going to show you the easy way to do this and what you might call the lazy way, because that's probably what it is. So each guitar, depending on the potentiometers, wires up differently. Depending on the pickups, depending on everything, they wire up differently. So what I did when I put the invaders in the guitar and I run the wires through, I clipped the old wires. The pickups that come in here were 2-wire. Now, these invader clones are actually a 4-wire. Well, technically a 5-wire. And what you get here is you get the bare and the green go to ground, your black is hot, and the red and white hooks the coils together, which we are putting in a coil split, and we're going to split the coils on these pickups. So this is a push-pull knob. And so when I do it like this, I hook the ground to the ground of the existing pickup and the hot to the hot on the existing pickup on the neck and bridge both. Then that leaves this red and white wire. So then what I do is I go in, I take these knobs out, these little pots, potentiometers, and what I do, instead of having to figure all this out by myself, all I do is look at them and take a wire off at a time and attach it to the new pot in the place that I took it from on the old pot. Best thing to do is to hold it in the same orientation like this, and once you do that, you can look and swap the wires from pot to pot. That's where the helping hands that I've got here have really helped me out. So I can hook one of these up there, one to here, and I can just move wire. And then once I get it done, I'll have these 500K pots in here, which both of these are 500K A, because we have our push-pull knob here taking care of the tone. Now, I did take that little green chiclet off, and I put on a 0.0047 capacitor on there because I don't want it getting too dark. And then these two are 500K A's. So let's go back to the time lapse and see if we can't get all of this resoldered, and then I am going to put this back in here as neatly as possible, so no, like, you know, none of that comment stuff about it looks like an afro or something. Okay, this is the clean tone on the bridge pickup. This is clean tone on the middle, which is both pickups. And this is clean tone with just the neck pickup. This is high gain on the bridge pickup. This is high gain in the middle position. And this is high gain in the neck position. Okay, guys, well, you've heard the comparison. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the original pickups and then what you think about the Safu Invader pickups, Invader clone pickups, I might say. They're imposters, and see which one you like better. For me, it's going to be the Invaders. I'm sorry if you're a fan of low output pickups, but those, they just didn't do it for me. The highs were a little chimey, and with these, everything seems more balanced. They are a lot hotter. May end up having to knock back the pickup just a little bit, lowering it away from the strings. Not really sure yet. Sounded pretty decent, but I'll tell you one way we can do it. We can hear it in a mix. Holy crap, this thing is awesome. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, part 3 of the Fesley FLP400. Fesley. If you put out a guitar with the electronics that this has, with the pickups that this has got, and everything, now I understand there might be a little setup to make it mine, but for a beginner, this is a $275 guitar all day long. You could sell it for that and still make money. I really do like this guitar, especially now. But even before, it felt great in the hands. It was just, the neck is so smooth. I had to do some work to it, but I love the feel of this guitar. So it's going to be around for a while. I think I'm going to keep it around. I shall name it Lieutenant Dan for two reasons. Number one, the camouflage on it kind of reminds me of the National Guard uniforms around here. So it's kind of a respect to all of our people who've served in the armed forces for our country, to give me the freedoms that I have going to church. In case y'all didn't know, this is the next day. I had to carry the video into the next day. Went to church this morning, didn't have to worry about fear or persecution. Just thank you for your service to anybody that's ever served in the armed forces. That's why I had the other Ibanez you've seen a video or two back. That Ibanez I called Sarge for the very same reason. I've got a lot of respect for people like that. And so that's my number one reason, is it reminds me of the National Guard uniforms here in Tennessee, with this sort of camo on their uniforms. And number two reason why I want to name it Lieutenant Dan, he ain't got no legs. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I'm going to keep this around for a while. I really like this guitar. I love the sound of it now. It's just like, it really sounds good when you lay on a chord, and just the resonance is amazing. It's just amazing. It just rings out forever now. There will be other videos that this is probably going to show up in. I've done about everything you can do to a guitar, except for change the bridge, change this back here. And the toggle switch is good. I really love how the toggle switch feels. Nice and snappy. Don't feel cheap. The tuners are staying for now. I'm not going to change those. I don't know where Fesley gets these tuners. I know they have the Fesley name on them. But Fesley, one thing about your guitars, if you make these tuning machines, you need to be selling these to all the other budget guitar companies and letting them use your tuners. I have beat these strings to death, and these tuners do very, very well about holding it in tune. So those are going to stay on there. I wanted to change them out for some locking, but you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ratings. I guess we'll have to do a before and after ratings. I think the before rating that I give was like a 3.8, and it was because Fesley advertised this as beginner friendly when it was not. And I realized that I may have gotten a fluke. I also realized that Fesley didn't send me this guitar. I bought this with my own money, and usually if Fesley sends a guitar, they make sure everything's right because they send it to somebody that's going to be doing a review of it. This guitar come from Amazon. I paid $119 and some change after a 5% off coupon, and I used that to buy this guitar, then of course plus taxes on that. So it was about probably $25, $130, somewhere around in there, if my math is mathing. So I understand this might have been in Amazon's warehouse forever and a day. Who knows? These come out, I think, like a year ago, so it's probably been in there that long. And so I give it a 3.8 because of the simple fact that they advertised it as beginner friendly. And now I understand that even if they do advertise it as beginner friendly, if you order one of these guitars from anywhere but Fesley, you're taking a chance. So that really doesn't reflect bad on Fesley, I would say. It was probably the fact that this may have been sitting at Amazon for a year. Who knows? I don't know. I know that people that are getting these guitars now are getting hotter pickups stock that show up in them. And I also know that they've made changes to the guitar because of customer preferences, what customers would like to see. And so Fesley is doing right. They are changing their guitars, they're changing everything about it to suit customers' needs, and that's what they're learning from the reviews that they've gotten. But maybe from me, the only thing I would have to offer is, as beginner friendly, I wouldn't market it as that so much if you're going to sell to companies like Amazon, Temu. If those companies are going to be shipping for you and holding them and in warehouses and all that stuff. Now, this is a 4.5-star guitar all day long, and I probably would even go to the 4.8. I'm not giving it the 5. You guys know from videos past, I don't give 5-star reviews. It has to absolutely be mind-blowing, but definitely 4.5 stars all day long. It would probably get 4.8 stars if it wasn't for the work that I had to put into it to make it right. But as far as it handles now, with brand new SAFU pickups, the bridge pickup comes in at advertised at 16.2K. However, once you run these pickups through the electronics and resistors, it takes some off of that. And when I measured it off video, it was at 15.83K. So it didn't take as much as I thought off, and it left some of that there. Now, the neck pickup is coming in at around 7.8K, which is really what I expect out of a neck pickup. Humbucker, single coil, whatever, is around that area. Now, I did put a push-pull on this guitar. It's got a real nice push-pull on it now. It splits everything exactly in half. I went through all of that and put 500K pots for both the pickups. They're both A 500K pots because both of those are volume, and of course the coil split takes care of the tone. Now on the tone side, I put a 0.0047 in the tone pot because I wanted it to get a little dark on clean tones, but I do that instead of going with the industry standard of 0.22 or whatever. I go with the smaller ones because instead of trying to find the sweet spot, I just dial it back to 0 and it's exactly where I like it. I just dial it back. I know that's the tone I'm looking for out of this guitar, and that's it. These pickups, however, are quite a bit hotter than the other ones that were in here. The other had a little tiny itty bitty tone capacitor, and normally I go with 0.0033, but I went with a 0.0047 this time because these pickups were a little bit hotter. And when I dial the tone back to 0 now, I get that perfect tone if I'm wanting on a clean tone, maybe playing some blues, and I feel like using a bridge pickup or middle position as opposed to going all the way to the neck. So guys, that's it for Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan is going to be here for quite some time and going to do some more demos with it, maybe some playthroughs sometime or another. And yeah, I really like this guitar. I really like it. It come together. It took quite a bit of work to get it to come together, but it is an amazing instrument. It turned out really good. And that's the basis behind this channel, String Pickers, is to teach you how to do these things. Now, I realized that I had a time-lapse set up for all of this. You didn't see exactly what I was doing, but I did give you an explanation of what I was doing. If you want me in the future to slow down and show you how to do certain things, if you've not done them before, leave a comment below. Let me know. I'll start catering to that. But for the most part, people have that subscribe to my channel, most of them basically just want to hear it play, and I understand that. We all like to hear music and stuff. But that's all I got for you today, guys. I really, really, really appreciate you stopping by for the third and final video of the Fesley FLP400 series. Basically redo, makeover, all that good stuff. I really appreciate the fact that you guys come in and you comment and you like and all this other stuff. I do want to give a special shout out right now to Timmy70. Timmy is a gentleman that's been commenting on my videos recently. He has just found my videos actually about a month and a half ago. He started finding my videos and he started commenting, and I've been keeping up with his progress. I know that a lot of you probably don't know this, but Timmy had suffered a coma for some reason. I don't know what it was that happened to him, but he was in a coma for 8 days, and when he come out of that coma, and he basically had forgotten everything about guitar. He had to start all over from scratch again. And in his recent videos, he has really started picking up. I've been keeping up with his progress and watching his stuff, and he's starting to get it back and starting to do really good on guitar. So if you guys watching this don't already know who Timmy70 is, I'll leave a link in the description below, and I'll leave his channel name. Let's just leave his channel name right here. And you guys go over there and show him some love. Subscribe to him, comment on his videos. Let's help him out. Let's help him out and just say, hey, we see you. What you're doing is an awesome thing. I hate for anybody to have to go through something like that and take the ability to play music away from them and then have to start all over again. I know it's frustrating, but Timmy, you're the man. Brant, Ted Talks Guitars and Life, everybody knows it. You're the man. You always say these nice things about me. Now I'm doing it for you, buddy. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope that you and yours are having the most blessed day ever, and I pray that God is with you all. Until next time, later.